I'll do the Freshmen right now. This is the song that was most popular for my band. I've told this story before. There was, you know, I've had people ask me all the time, has there ever been a show where you haven't played this song? And no, I've played this song, you know, 10,000 times over the last 20 years or so. And but then there was that time that we didn't play the song at big concerts, and that was when we opened for the band Kiss. And we played with Kiss for, 30 dates. And I was a huge Kiss fan growing up. I had the Kiss pillowcases. I had everything, right? And when Gene Simmons asked us if we would go out and open up for him, I thought, this is going to be the greatest experience ever. Let me tell you something, it was not the greatest experience ever. It was part of the learning curve, I guess, in rock and roll. Because imagine, this is in 1996, they put the makeup back on, for those of you who don't know, Kiss wears makeup, and they took it off for some years and put out some pretty bad music, and then we put the makeup back on, they started making good music. And so we went back out on tour with them, and you know, Kiss fans were wanting the makeup back on and the original members back in the band, and so, you know, 20,000 people that are waiting 15 years for Kiss to go back out on tour, and then 20,000 people waiting outside of the arena for 2 hours, and they let them in, and they're waiting inside the arena for 2 hours, and then the lights go down, and everybody goes, ah, and the lights come up, and it's some stupid band you've never heard of. We were that band. Oh, you can imagine they weren't very nice to us. The worst part about it was all the men in the audience are dressed like members of Kiss. So you've got 5,000 Gene Simmons and 5,000 Ace Frehleys, and they're all giving you the finger pretty much the whole time. I'll never fear another crowd. I'm not afraid of you people at all. When I was young, I knew everything, and she, a punk who rarely ever took advice. Now I'm guilt-stricken, sobbing with my head on the floor. Stop a baby's breath and a shoe full of rice. No, can't be held responsible, 'cause she was touching her face. Won't be held responsible. She fell in love in the first place. For the life of me, I cannot remember what made us think that we were wise and we never compromised. For the life of me, I cannot believe we'd ever die for these sins. We were merely freshmen. My best friend took a week's vacation to forget her. His girl took a week's worth of Valium and slept, and now he's guilt-stricken, sobbing with his head on the floor. Thinks about her now and how he never really wept, he said. Can't be held responsible, 'cause she was touching her face. I won't be held responsible. She fell in love in the first place. For the life of me, I cannot remember what made us think that we were wise and we never compromised. For the life of me, I cannot believe we'd ever die for these sins. We were merely freshmen. Tried to wash our hands of all of this. We never talk about lack in relationships and our guilt-stricken, sobbing with our heads on the floor. fell through the ice. When we tried not to slip, we'd say, can't be held responsible. She was touching her face. I won't be held responsible. She fell in love in the first place. For the life of me, I cannot remember what made us think that we were wise and we never compromised. For the life of me, I cannot believe we'd ever die for these sins. We were merely freshmen. For the life of me, I cannot remember what made us think that we were wise and we'd never compromise. For the life of me, I cannot believe we'd ever die for these sins. We were merely freshmen. We were merely freshmen. We were only freshmen. Thanks so much. Thank you for that. Well, thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it, and for hosting as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful backyard experience. You know, when I started doing these, my manager was really concerned about going into people's homes that I did not know randomly. I travel by myself on the road, and his biggest fear was really, I think, that you would you'd book this with somebody, and then it would be you'd hear that there was going to be 50 to 100 people there, and then you go and it's just one lonely woman in a wedding dress. So thank you for not being one lonely woman.
You're welcome.